Alright mates, welcome back to another weekly recap video. My name is Alexander Nikitin. I am a professional trader and a developer of pattern search software. What I do in these videos, I walk you through the performance that I had in this week. I walk you through the trades that I have taken and what I generated or what I have lost. It is absolutely transparent. If I am in the drawdown, you can see that. If I am on the top, you can see that as well. And also you can see my trading setups that I have on my radar for the next week. So I'm looking at pound CHF, pound yen, Aussie yen, Aussie New Zealand, New Zealand yen, and New Zealand Canadian. So when I will be talking about the performance, this doesn't mean that everybody can repeat the same results. This is not a guarantee. First of all, you need to have the same tools that I use. What the tool number one is the same swing identification technique. If you want to know that, you are welcome to visit my YouTube channel. Here it is. Go to the search box, type that the secret, yes, and you will be guided to the search results. The secret to swing identification is the video you need. Watch it very attentively. Maybe you will need to watch it several times. Who knows that? Then you need to know the rules of advanced patterns. After you know how to draw the swings exactly the same way that I draw them. I don't say that this is the only correct way of drawing the swings. I don't say it is the correct way or it is the wrong way if you draw it somewhere somehow different. I don't say that. I said that if you use this method of drawing, then you have this result. If you don't use that method, then you have some other results. This is simple as that. So if you use that, you have my results. If you don't use that, then you have something else. Okay, next, the rules for advanced formation. If you don't know them, go to www.ps-software.net, click the Learn the Patterns tab, and choose those 4 last patterns. They are advanced formations. I also have harmonic patterns, but in this approach that I'm demonstrating for you, I'm not using them. I only use the 4 patterns below. Guys, very important note for you. This picture is not the whole description. Scroll your mouse a bit lower and you will have the description lower. I had pretty many complaints that saying that judging by your diagram, I can't understand what is that drawing. Forget about this drawing. This is only the demonstration of how it looks. The structure, the main structure of the pattern. Forget about that. Go here to description. They are identification, trade execution, and trade management rules. You can find them on my website as well. What else? You know the patterns, you know the swing identification algorithm, so just do what is written on my website. Repeat the steps for identification, step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, measuring each leg of the pattern, and you will have the same. In my trading, I am using the software that I have created. In this indicator list, you can see that this is Monster Pattern Search version 3. Look how easy it is to draw the patterns. You don't even need to understand what it does, but it draws you the entry and the stop loss. You don't even need to learn all that stuff. You can draw it this way. Why I'm using this software? Because in some turning point of my career, I faced the problem. I was mostly concentrating on patterns being valid. What invalidates the pattern? The wrong B point invalidates the pattern, wrong C point invalidates the pattern. Yes? So the 2 things that may invalidate the pattern. And I was concentrated on that. And I kept forgetting about this starting leg, about this starting points that are needed for calculation. Without that starting point, you may have not a good pattern. So when you think about the pattern rules, you automatically don't pay attention to this, or vice versa. When you pay attention to this, you automatically keep forgetting about this. This is the nature of our attention. What is attention? What is focus? The focus is to see one thing at a time and don't see another thing. This is called the focus. What I'm trying to show you, let's say we draw this pattern manually, yes, and we see it's touching the 6-1A, pretty good godly formation. But what if I draw it from here, from this starting point? And it always was a dilemma for me. Should I start it from here, or should I start that from here? You see, from here or from there. If I start it from here, the B point changes. It is touching 886. Maybe in terms of harmonic patterns, it can turn into a deep crab pattern, and in terms of advanced formation, it turns into a butterfly formation. Well, it can change the pattern. This simple changing of your starting point can change the pattern. When I was trading manually these patterns manually, the first 3 or 4 years of my starting career, I was pretty good in identifying those starting points on backtesting. But when in real-time trading, yes, I was facing pretty many problems. I was facing very many problems. So my best performance with real-time trading without software, my best performance with real-time trading with manual measuring of the pattern was, well, somewhere around to break even and almost negative. Somewhere around that. I was just above the water. But when I have started using the software that I have created, it changed the game. First of all, why I did create that software? I created that software to identify the swings. I needed the truly automatically, fully objective swing identification technique. Once I succeeded with coding that, I just added some rules of measuring them, and you can see that if I switch the automatic scanner to true, yes, if I switch let's say 1000 bars to be analyzed, we can see the patterns drawn on history. Yes, you see them? You see? And it doesn't matter if the pattern was a loser or a winner. The software draws them both winners and losers. Next, after, let me switch that back to false. Okay. After I've done the back testing of those pairs that I was interested in, I back tested 10 pairs on 1 hour and 4 hour time frame with 2 different swing identification algorithms, medium and large, and I have found 11,000 of setups. After I analyzed all those setups, I found something similar in those that are mostly winners. Something similar, when I say something similar, is that this XA leg identification in terms of this starting leg identification. So I found that some common feature in all those patterns that are mostly winners. Then I found that not all the patterns have work the same. Some patterns require stop loss being a bit closer, some patterns require the stop loss being a bit wider, so I optimized that as well. And the result of those all those my efforts is the strategy that I have right now, that manual swing identification technique is actually the result of my experience that I got from the backtesting of those thousands of patterns. And the stop loss placement, you can see it is very, very small here, and it is a bit wider here, is the same. So if you use monster pattern search, let's agree about the rules. You should enable advanced formations, and you should go disable harmonic patterns, false, 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 and blah blah blah. As for stop loss, the godly stop loss, they should be standard. All patterns should be standard, no perfect patterns in my trading. The stop loss for the godly 113, the stop loss for bad is 113 as well. The stop loss for cipher 113 XA as well, and the stop loss for butterfly is equal distance. Equals distance. It is number 3. So based on that, what else should I say? Well, I think that's all about the way of how I do identify the patterns, how I do place the pattern. Oh, about the trade execution. I stretch the fibs, yes, this way, stretching them. This is my target 1, target 2, and I use drag and drop method to place the stop loss of this. Yes. After that, Pattern Trade Assistant does the rest. If I press L on my keyboard, it places a limit order. If I press M on my keyboard, it places a market order according to the money management settings that I have here, that I have in settings. So I am using fixed position size 0.02 each time the targets are 382 and 618. Target number 3 is false, we don't have it. And I also use target adjustment. What is the target adjustment? The target adjustment, if price goes lower, exceeding the D point, yes, the take profit goes lower as well. The 382 goes lower as well. So automatically Pattern Trade Assistant does that. When price hits that 382, see, the stop loss is moved to break even. Absolutely automatically by Pattern Trade Assistant as well. And there are good news for you. My customers, whatever software you purchase, manual, automatic, or monster pattern search, you are given Pattern Trade Assistant for free. Yes, this is quite strange offer, but I truly believe that knowing how to identify patterns is useless if you don't use the correct trade execution and trade management. Without correct trade management and trade execution, they are useless. They are simple triangles on your chart. So you need all the 3 components being tied together: identification, execution, and management. Well, let's start. This week, open that history of the chart. I am to load the trades from my broker for this week. Go in here. Let me type today. This is the week. It starts from Monday. Yes? Okay. So we just loaded that. I am negative for this week. So absolutely transparent, negative. If I am negative, then I am negative. Save as report. Yes? As usual, I will change the extension to XLS to open it in Excel, and we will calculate some performance. Delete this, we don't need my name. See how many cancelled trades I have. Cancelled, 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 cancelled. So I will delete some of them as well. I will delete cancelled, and I will delete blank. Blank means that we don't have anything. They're empty. Sometimes we have empty. They are balance deposits by my broker. Something cashback, 5% spread cashback or something like that. Delete row. Now we don't have them. Let me disable filter. It is very important that you do the analysis the same way. You objectively evaluate the results of your strategy. So this video is very important. If you can objectively evaluate the results, you can compare that with the results of your backtesting. And if you have the results being the same or somewhere around the same, plus minus 3%, 3% is a statistical error, then you should stay calm and keep on trading. Okay, we have commissions, we have taxes, we have swaps, and we have profits. How many pips I generated on each trade? Yes, so I am to type this formula. This equals F and open bracket. The type of the trade equals buy. Then price of closing position minus price of open position. Else price of open position minus price of closed position. And because I have a 5-digit broker, I am to multiply it 5-digit number, that is 10,000. Done. The formula is here. And you can say, oh Alex, what is it? You have thousands of pips. This is impossible. Look here, because of yen pairs. They are 3-digit pairs. Yes? 3-digit. What we should do that? We should filter them and we should isolate them. JPY. You can see all the JPY pairs are listed here, and I am to choose them, changing 10,000 to 100, stretching this to substitute with my new formula. Now we have correct pips identification, correct pips calculations. Okay, disable filters. Let's calculate. Starting from 0, every time we should add to our previous. It equals the results added to previous. Perfect. Let's go here. What is my result? Minus 490 pips. Oh, this is a drawdown. Let me draw it. Minus 490 pips. This is my drawdown for this week. So this is the chart. It looks this way. Very, very large drawdown for this week, and then it started to carry. I told you, I am absolutely transparent. I'm not hiding anything. Maybe you will see somebody that is only showing to you the winning weeks. Maybe you will see somebody that types trades manually in Excel without downloading them from broker. Well, I can type everything here, whatever I want here, and I can make a false statement, yes, but I don't do that. You saw me downloading the trades from my broker. I just simply changed the extension and it was opened in Excel. But sometimes I see many scam traders that type in trades in Excel manually. They show you the perfect graph and they say, okay, you can see my trades, but I never saw how you type those trades, how they appeared in your Excel. Never saw that. Okay, what else we need to do? Minus 400 and 490. I am to open my journal. And here you will see me typing it manually. Journal. Where is my journal? It's not in the list of. Oh yes, it is in the list. Previously opened trades. So this is my overall results with this strategy. Week number 10. What I have for this week? Let me go to my statement. Let me copy the result of my pips. Copy that. Go back and paste the number. Let me stretch it here. Okay. If I add some feature here, you can see these are the overall results. I will keep that open for now. We will need that to compare with overall results, because these are the results that I have typed manually, week per week, week after week. I've been typing that, and if I calculate the overall results, it should coincide. Don't save, we don't need it. Let's go back to MetaTrader. MetaTrader. Let's go to history, choose the custom period, and I am to choose the starting point that I am using this particular strategy from the 21st of August of 17th. 21st August 17th. You see, numbers change. The new history was downloaded from my broker. The same manipulation, save as report, change the extension, XLS, and you can see that the trades were typed automatically. They were not typed manually by me. We don't need this. Yes, delete that. We don't need cancel trade as well. We don't need blank trades, empty spaces. So I will do that. Cancel trade and blanks. Let's delete this thing. Okay, perfect. Delete row. Next, we should disable the filter and type the formula to calculate the pips. It equals if this trade is a buy, like this, then close price minus open price. If it is sell, then vice versa, open price minus close price. Remember this formula. I am to multiply 10,000 because of my 5-digit broker. Stretch this formula till the end. It will draw the same formula in every single cell. You see, it draws the same formula here. You can see it calculates that if it is sell, then this minus this. Perfect. What else I need to do? Oh, I didn't forget about the yen pairs. Let's filter them and isolate them. JPY. All yen pairs found JPY. So make sure that I'm not hiding anything. I didn't miss any yen pair because I'm using that auto filter. JPY should be changed from 10,000 to 100. Yes, stretch them till the end to substitute the formulas by a new one. Perfect, perfect. Now we don't need any filter. Okay, starting from 0, calculating each time, adding the result to previous. Perfect. Done. Next cell will add the result to previous. 0 plus minus 12 equals that. Blah, 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 blah. Go in here. So the total result in pips, just calculated the total result is pips, is 1774. 1774. If we go to journal, my result is 1774. So here, somewhere here, I didn't type something wrong. I never did any mistake. So 1774 is the result. I will save the journal and let's calculate the stats for this total amount of trades. I have chosen these trades. I'm going to insert the chart. Here's the chart. It looks this way, trade to trade chart, not that week to week result chart, but trade to trade. Then I am to cut that chart and let me paste it here. Paste it here. I will stretch it this way, so you can see that. Now it's looking better. Delete this row, maybe. Perfect. Enlarge it a bit. Okay, so this is, in some moment I had a peak of almost 2,500 pips. 2,500 pips. You can see that in some moment. And now I am in a drawdown. I am in a drawdown. I have lost how many pips? To 2469, 1710. 2469 minus 1710. It equals 759 pips was lost. So this is the bottom of my drawdown funnel. Hopefully I will recover and go higher. Well, but my maximum drawdown is somewhere around 1,500, somewhere around that. My maximal drawdown based on my backtesting. I'm pretty good to have the 2,000 drawdown. I'm pretty good. This will mean that I stay within the results of my backtest. 2,000 drawdown, 2,000 pip drawdown. Guys, just you should keep in mind that I trade 21 pair. This is my portfolio of 21 pair. Here it is, that portfolio. You can see euro dollar, euro yen, euro Aussie, euro Canadian, euro New Zealand, pound dollar, pound yen, pound CHF, pound Aussie, pound New Zealand, pound Canadian, Aussie dollar, Aussie yen, Aussie Canadian, Aussie New Zealand, New Zealand dollar, New Zealand yen, New Zealand Canadian, dollar yen, dollar CAD, CAD yen. So this is the list of 21 pairs that I have. And of course, every pair has the drawdown, and when you use so many pairs at the same time, a loss on one pair followed by the loss on another pair followed by the loss on some other pair, it leads to those large drawdowns. That's why I'm not using very large position size. I'm using that small position size. And if you look at my equity curve, it moves a pretty smooth way. It doesn't move this way. You can see that it doesn't move this way. Let me draw it. Yes, you see it is moving pretty smooth. I can even draw some trend line, and perfectly. It is like that, like the chart, like real-time trading. We can identify the support resistance here. We can identify some support here as well. You can see some. We can analyze that exactly the same way. Or if you are a fan of, let's say, Elliott trading, yes, let me show you something as well. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then followed by what? Zigzag correction. A, B, C. After that, the sequence should repeat. If you believe in the fractal nature of the charts, I believe in fractal nature of the charts. This means that within the swing, we have a trade. Let's say we have it wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, A, B, C. Then we have what? Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then we have what? A, B, C. Then we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then we started the correction, larger correction on that larger level. So if you are a fan of that Elliott wave calculation, so almost ideal representation of mass psychology. Well, that's it about the chart. Let's go to numbers. Let's go back to numbers. Let's do some calculations. Deposits, withdrawals. Of course, I didn't start from $6. To know my starting point, we had to do the calculation. This equals what balance I have right now minus what profit I have generated. So it equals 498. Here I will type the percent gain. Yes, and let me type the formula. It equals what I have generated divide by what I started from. Let me change that into the percentage. 27.8% is total generated amount. 27.8. What else can we calculate? We can calculate the amount of winners versus amount of losers, or the accuracy, the probability. Accuracy of a winner. It equals, first of all, I am to type how many trades I have. This is pretty simple. If I stretch that till the end, you can see count 275. 275 trades I have. 275. Just type it this way. How many of them were actually winners? Accuracy. How many of them were actually winners? Here we need the formula. The formula should look this way. This equals if, and it is a bit tricky. Look at my results of my trades from MetaTrader. Sometimes I have minus 0.06. You can see that, minus 0.08, minus something else, 0.06, minus 0.03, minus 1, and so on and so forth. What is that? What the heck is this? This is actually the slippage. You can see sometimes I have a 0 trade and sometimes I have minus 0.01. You can see that. It is the slippage. My broker was unable to close my trade break even. And that's why I had some slippage. Instead of having a 0 trade, I had negative trade. So for us to calculate it the correct way, I am to think, what is my 0 trade? I will tell you guys, my 0 trade is that I never enter the trade if the stop loss is less than 10 pips. You see this? I never enter the trade if the stop loss less than 10 pips. Because it's not valid. Look at this. Stop loss is 10 pips. The reward is somewhere 12 pips, yes, or maybe 11 pips. And look at the spread. On some pairs I have 2 pips spread. What is 2 pip spread if your take profit is 10 pip? So you pay 20% of your trade to your broker. It is not good. And what if your trade is only 5 pip winner? You see, out of that 5 pip winner, 2 pips you have generated actually 7. Yes, if you have closed 5 pips, this means that you generated 7. 2 pips you have given to your broker and 5 pips is yours. So you have almost 1/3 you paid to your broker. It is not valid. It is not good for trading. So you should think that from businessman perspective, how much you pay to your broker. So actually good trades are starting from 15, starting from 20, and try to avoid those that are less than 10 pips. Okay, let's do it. I am to count how many profitable trades I have. If the trade hit the first take profit, it closes half, and the second half stop loss moved to break even. Yes, sometimes because of slippage that break even turns into a negative, but I should calculate them as positives. Yes, I should treat them as winners because I closed some winner. If count F within this range of trades, these are the results of trades that we have. Yes, within this range of trades, the criteria, let's say more than -9. Okay, more than -9. It is not more than -10, because maybe I place the trade of 10, but I'm not placing less than 10. So let it be more than -9. Because if we have less than -9, this is not a stop loss. This is a slippage or whatever was commission maybe, or whatever was added to my loss. You see? Okay. Formula is done. Boom. The number of winners, 148. Okay, losers. Let's calculate the losers. It is pretty simple without any formulas. It equals total amount minus winners. Okay, 127. And now we can calculate, oh, this is not the accuracy, sorry, total amount. Now we can calculate the accuracy. The accuracy equals the amount of winners divided by total. That's it. Pretty simple. Let me change that to percent and let me go here. I will drop it there. So my accuracy is 53.82. Not the best accuracy on world, not the best one. It is slightly deviating from what I have in my backtesting result. My backtest result shows that I am to have the 58% accuracy. I am to hit that 58% accuracy. Should I panic? No, I shouldn't. Look at this. 227, let's say 275 trades I have total. If I divide them by 21 pairs, I have 13 trades per pair. You see, to judge about that statistic, to judge about the true statistic, I am to have around 100 trades per pair. You see, so actually that's not enough to judge if my accuracy resembles the perfect way of that my strategy performance. It's not enough to say if it is. So that's why the statistical error can be larger than 3%. It's not the standard 3% deviation, it can be larger. So 54 right now, from 58% that I should have, 59% mostly that I should have, I have almost 54. Simple bad luck, a number of losers this week, bad luck. What it tells me? It tells me that in a larger perspective, the winners are waiting for me. Although we have that gambler's paradox that regardless of how many losses you had previously, you still have the same probability of hitting the winner or loser on each and every trade. But judging by the previous performance, I know that out of those thousands of trades, I have that 59% being winners. So the more this number becomes, the better this number resembles the backtesting results. You see? So after this number turns into 11,000s, yes, this number will most likely be 59% and some decimals coinciding with the backtesting result. Okay, next. We have to calculate the risk to reward ratio. It doesn't matter what is your ratio, what is your risk to reward, if your risk to reward ratio is not good. What is your accuracy? It doesn't matter what is your accuracy if your risk to reward is not good. So you can use 50%, you can win 50%, but if your winner is larger than a loser, then you are profitable, and if not, then you are negative. You don't need to be 100% winner. Okay, let's go. Average win. And the average win formula is very similar to that count F. You see? I will just copy that formula and I will just paste it here. Control V. Instead of counting, let's calculate the average. Average. And we will have that. The average win is 45 pips. Let me do it this way. 45.5. 45.5. What is my average loser? Average loser. The average loser is the same as a winner. Copy that. Just copying this formula. Average loser. Control V, pasting this formula. And here, what is less than that? Less or equals than that? That is an average loser. Perfect. 39 minus 39. Let's calculate the risk to reward. Risk to reward ratio equals average winner. It equals average winner divided by average loser. It will give me a negative number, so that's why I will type it this way, minus. So the risk to reward is 1.16, 1.16, 1.17. Well, this is truly exactly the way that I had in my backtest. My backtest, it shows a bit lower. It shows almost 1. Sometimes it shows 0.9, sometimes it shows, depending on the pair, but on average it is somewhere 1, around 1, the risk-reward ratio. So you can see 53, almost 54% of the time I've been winning 1.17, and then 46% of the time I've been losing actually 1. That's why I have this rising equity curve, only because of that. If you only look at this and you don't keep in mind that, if you only look at this and you say, oh, 53% is not enough to win, well, look at this. Look at this amount of pips generated. Although I am in a drawdown right now, yes, but look how it looks if compared to previous win. Yes, if you start initially from this drawdown, you may have some psychological problems saying, oh, you know what, this seems that it doesn't work. But if you have this rising thing, it's rising, yes, then you start that drawdown. If compared to previous rise, this is almost nothing. This is, I don't know, maybe 10% or whatever, if compared to previous movement, upside movement. What is this retracement? I am to stretch the Fibonacci to measure that. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you like this video. Week 10 is over. Having the results of that kind. If you like this video, hit that thumb up or whatever, like button, share this video on social media. Until then, good luck and good trading. Hope to see you next week.